This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs past which I told thee before. Verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3. For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to Kol Haloyim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truthful faith and sincerity, as well as risking their lives, as well as their freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat and the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. This is Brother Yahweh Sap out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Came across this quick article, Lord willingly, it's an edifying lesson. This is out of Money Week. It says, Lab-grown meat, how Moore's law will drive innovation. Jim Mellon and Anthony Child, co-founders of AIM-listed agronomics, explain why they believe that cellular agriculture will benefit from massive long-term growth as Moore's law kicks in. It says, lab-grown meat, the new agricultural revolution. Jim Mellon, what to buy for the next 20 years. Since about 3 years ago, we became interested in prospects for what's known as cellular agriculture, and the two of us founded agronomics via a listed AIM shell company. The shares have done very well as investors have learned more about the prospects for making food and materials in laboratories and factories without animal cruelty and slaughter. However, the industry is still nascent. We'd consider it as for us being at the equivalent of dial-up phase of the internet, which means that prospects for supercharged growth are excellent. So, at the end of the day, it says, you know, it says in the scriptures about there's a way that seemeth right up to the man, but the ends lead to death. And this lab-grown meat is like these GMO, genetically modified food. So you got these things that's created in a laboratory, but they have no nutritional value. You know what I mean? I was listening to a 2/3 guy on YouTube. His channel was Money Motivated Stars or something along the lines of that, and he even was aware of it. Certain food, well, not certain food, like fruits and vegetables, they supposed to have seeds. You know what I mean? And you got Esau in these labs creating these foods that's just basically empty calories. That's not, food's supposed to heal you. Food's supposed to nourish you. And this food that we're eating is not. You know what I mean? It's a scripture. When I first read the title, it made me think of the scripture in Ezekiel, and that's what I'm gonna end on. At the end of the day, that's how you know what time we're in. We living in a time where we eating defiled food. Amongst these heathens. You know what I mean? And that's one of the prophecies. It says you shall eat your defiled bread amongst the heathens. It says here are some back of an envelope predictions. The dairy industry as we know it today, with cows in sheds being milked almost continuously and generally in abject circumstances, will be gone in 15 years. Alternative milks such as almond, soy, and oat milks. Swedish company Oatly is about to go publicly with a rumored 10 billion valuation, already gobbling up market shares from traditional producers. These plant-based milks are not necessarily better for either human health or for the environment. Now, the thing is, I've actually read where they said that actually the almond milk is actually better than cow milk. You know what I mean? Your body's not even really meant to sustain cow milk. You know. That's Esau for you. He'll tell you one thing and tell you another thing. You know, it's kind of like I put an article in the group chat that was talking about how Biden say basically they reached a mark with over 200 billion people, not 200 billion, 200 million people vaccinated. And immediately a brother like, oh no, that's a lie. You know what I mean? Which I know is a lie. You know what I mean? The thing is, a lot of people are getting vaccinated, but 200 million, then that means that you got a lot of people that's still refusing to take it. So I mean, but that's just showing you how this devil was getting anxious and nervous. It says, but these plant-based milks are just the vanguard of what will be the main disrupting force in the production of dairy products: milk, cheese, yogurts, and infant formula. This will come from precision fermentation, where casein and they are replicated in laboratories-like conditions by companies such as Perfect Day, Legendary, and Noku. These companies' products will be effectively replicas of normal dairy products, and they will be in widespread use within 3 years. So basically, that's why Scripture talks about how you know the day should be shortened for the elect's sake, because if this devil was to continue actually ruling, he would basically destroy this whole planet within and himself as well. You know what I mean? Like, they talking about 3 years from now, basically you're gonna have a whole bunch of alternative fake food. But then showing you how much they the devil, you know what I mean? Like, you got a person like Bill Gates of hell, and he literally is pushing, these lab grown meats. But then he would bought all this farmland, all this farm property. So he wants you to eat it, but he's not gonna eat it. You know what I mean? It says going beyond meats. Then take meat and fish. Any meat, any fish, any species. All of our companies will have in our agronomic portfolios have prototypes that you can eat, or in the case of materials field, some of these companies will be selling their products to consumers within a year or so. This is despite lobbying for what we call agro-luties, who are resisting the progress of lab-grown meat and fish. We are confident that half of all meat in the world will be plant-based or cellular agriculture-based within 10 years, and in case of fish, possibly sooner. And I did a video prior, I want to say like last year. You got all kind of lab-grown fish meat. Yeah, all kind of you got Beyond Meat, the Impossible Burger, all that shit. You know, it says Beyond Meat has already gone public in the U.S. with a valuation more than $9 billion. It is rumored that its great rival Impossible will shortly be going public via a special purpose acquisition company at a valuation of about $10 billion. In the UK, homegrown companies such as Meatless Farms and Corn are seeking rapid growth. In Europe, one of our favorites, Live Kindly, is doing well with its chicken substitutes. But the really exciting opportunity for us is in lab-grown foods and materials, and why so much in plant-based ones. Why, for one thing, the cellular agriculture companies typically have more intellectual properties than the plant-based companies. For another, ultimately, we believe that at a scale, the products of the cellular agriculture companies can be priced more cheaply than conventional foods. Hence the title, Jim's recent book, Moore's Laws, a riff or Moore's Law, which refers to the process by which computers become more powerful even as cost decreases. Jim calls the point at which the price of alternative foods fall to that of conventional foods griddle parity, another riff this time on grid parity in the energy industry for plant-based foods. This might be as soon as next year. In some cases, in cellular agriculture-based foods, maybe in 5 years' time. The power of griddle parity. Griddle parity is key. Some informed or committed consumers God, and that's the spirit because this is the blue nalu is the lab grown seafood. It says its investment include Blue Nalu, a cellular agriculture seafood company which will be in the U.S. market by the end of this year. Then there's Vitral Labs, which produces and sells leather of the highest quality, none of which comes from a cow except for the regenerative stem cells. So they taking stem cells of these different creatures and basically creating lab-grown meat. You know, and I mean, it makes you really wonder because take the time to think about it. Like you actually living in the day and age they created these potions and like the J&J one, and that one is literally was like affecting people harshly, and then they stopped it from going out and actually, um, inoculating people with it, and now they're talking about starting it up again. But at the same time, I mean, like it 9 times out of 10, they haven't figured out what's the issue, so they just this is how goofy this shit is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people still gonna end up taking it. Um, Meanwhile, Legendary will shortly be producing mozzarella again without resort to animals. The list goes on. We estimate that the total addressable market for the food, seafood, and materials that we are invested in is around 5 trillion, about twice the size of the UK economy. You can see why we're excited about this opportunity. So, and at the end of the day, it's all about trying to make some money. Um, let me get this. Because that's what this devil loves so very much. He loves, money. And he doesn't care about your health or the health of these people. That proving that with the whole Maxine Waters. But I got two more scriptures in the lesson. I want first love of money. This is the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. Verse 8, and having food and raiment, let us be there with content. Because, like I said, as long as you got clothing, I mean, it talks about that in the Apocrypha. Food, raiment, and a place to lay your head. You know what I mean? It says, verse 9, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's why this red Hebrew Edomite is so fucking evil because, he's a covetous man. His greed is insatiable. He can't be satisfied. You know what I mean? Like he just wants. That's why you know he's literally trying to conquer the whole planet right now. You know what I mean? That's why I mean, and that's why the Lord is about to have to come back soon. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." And you got 2/3 of our people that have erred from the faith because they trust and love money more than they love Yehovah Shem Yahushua. Um, I got the last scripture, the scripture in Ezekiel, which is the prophecy. Because literally it says, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus said the Salaki, and the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And when you go into this account, Ezekiel basically was asking, because it was a prophecy. The Lord had Ezekiel Basically, he was going to eat defiled food in front of the children to represent the children of Israel was going to eat defiled food. And, this is going into him basically asking. Um, he was still made to eat it, but he was allowed not to eat it a certain kind of way. Yeah, right. I think he was told to eat human dung, but he petitioned the Lord to allow him to eat cow dung. I'm gonna skip and that's the point. He was like, this is Most High saying this. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread wherewith. So he was forced to eat it, his bread defiled with shit. You know what I mean? And pretty much these GMOs, these lab grown foods, that's shit. You know what I mean? The equivalent of, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's not beneficial for you. It's actually gonna destroy you. Shit is waste. So therefore, you know what I mean, to eat something that's actually defiled like that how can that benefit you? Verse 16, moreover, Ezekiel 4:16, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Verse 17, that they may want bread and water and be astounded one with another and consume away for their iniquity, meaning their sin upon sin. And you saying that now. And the thing is, it's amazing because right now you got a drought going on. You got a whole issue with the Hoover Dam. We have a water shortage going on. So how do you think, like, we about to have a major famine? This is a biblical proportion. So if you're so-called Hispanic, if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, the statutes of the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rachakadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and sincerity, as well as living their lives, as well as the freedom to do so. Shalom to the Akwat, to the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is an edifying video. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad and land of other nations. Appearing like the other nations will subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Until next time, I'll ever come to another lesson. Shalom, shalom, and muwaf, shalom.